Alright, so this next video I want to make about invaders. So invaders are an NPC unit that attack every 100,000 energy that you extract from a room. So this applies to both rooms you own with a controller or other rooms you might be extracting resources from. Anyway, let's go ahead and create a little invader to show you what they're like. But just create a small ranged one, and there's fine. Choose location. Okay. So I don't currently have any defense against this guy. So he's going to go ahead and just start massacring all of the workers. So let's go ahead and get some tower code in place to deal with these guys. So going back over to the main function, we're looping through the rooms here. If it's has a controller and it's my room, let's go ahead and create another file called room defense.js. And then function room defense. And it's going to take a parameter room. And then I believe the syntax is module exports equals room defense. Console log room. Let's just run a quick test, make sure I have the syntax right. And then in the main, we're going to have to call that var room defense equals require room defense. And then here, inside this for loop of all of our owned rooms, we're going to do room defense room. Now we should see in console, if I delete this, test room W7 and 4. So we're making a call in this for loop for every room that we have a controller in. It's going to pass room to this function over here in room defense. So now we can do the tower code. So we're going to start with the basic tower code from the tutorial, but we're going to change it a little bit. Let's grab our code from the harvester role and we'll modify it. For our tower. Yeah, this will be multiple. If this is right, you can do this like shortened syntax. It doesn't have to be struct, but struct dot structure type equals structure. So VS Code is going to start to do autocomplete based off words we've used already. And then instead of doing it for a single tower, if towers dot length, then we want to do this. For each tower, towers. So for each tower in that towers array, function tower. And we're we're just going to do that and that. So what this function is doing entirely is it's finding all the towers in the room, and then if there are towers, then for every tower that it finds, it's going to execute this function, which will find the closest damaged structure. So this is a one way to repair things like roads and containers, but it's not the most efficient way energy-wise. So eventually we'll remove this. But the other thing it does is it finds the closest hostile. So there's um, a room find hostile creeps, and it's going to find the closest one by range using this similar function to what we used in the harvester role. Find closest by range. And then it's going to do tower.attack. So let's see how that works. Tower attack. Remotely attack any creep, power creep, or structure in the room. So you can attack anything in the room. And it's the range is the entire room. And let's go over to the main stuff about towers. So there's a few things we can do. We can attack, heal our creeps, and repair structures with the tower. Its effectiveness decreases with distance, and every shot takes 10 energy. Here's the formulas for attack, heal, and repair. So the further it goes out to range 20, where it only does 150 hits of damage. So what we want is for the enemy to either get closer to the tower, up to the minimum range, max effectiveness of a range of less than 5, or have some other strategy with maybe multiple towers or defending units that can take care of larger enemies. Anyway, though, for now, this will probably be fine. So let's just go ahead and save this guy and go back to the game. Okay, so one error here, creep is not defined in room defense. So let's go back to the code, find that mistake. Yep. So just delete creep, and it should just be the room, find my structures. Tower.repair is not a function. Room defense 923. If towers.length, room to tower, let's do a console log here. Make sure we have an actual tower element, well, a tower object. And it looks like we have a structure controller for some reason. So I'm going to go back over to the documentation and make sure I'm doing the find correctly. Room. So it's not the way I've done it, but let's try this guy. Filter structure type, and we'll change that to a structure tower. Looks like we're missing one bracket to close up those because this one's opening here. So let's give that a try. Yep. So it's found the tower with that ID, and it looks like there are roads that need to be repaired. So it's just going to go through those right now and repair each of them. Yep. Yep. So all the roads are repaired, and now let's test a ranged attacker. So the tower is going to find whatever unit is closest. and target and attack them. So that's a way you can deal with smaller scale invasions, but it becomes a lot more difficult when you have boosted creeps, which give bonuses to attack power or defensive strength, or you have larger creeps or waves of creeps attacking you. Then you have to have a little bit more complicated defense measures. Anyway, but for now, a simple tower defense strategy will work for most beginning rooms, and the tower is available from room level 3 onwards. So it's a pretty good strategy um, until you have to start dealing with player attacks. Anyway, thanks for watching.